SwaggerGuru.com presents In the Loop, where we keep you in the loop of what's going on. If this content is beneficial to you, like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, and hit the notification bell. When you like our content, it helps people find our content. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. A jury found the former President Donald Trump liable Tuesday for sexually abusing advice columnist E. Jean Carroll in 1996, awarding her $5 million in a judgment that could haunt the former president as he campaigns to regain the White House. The verdict was split. Jurors rejected Carroll's claim that she was raped, finding Trump responsible for a lesser degree of sexual abuse. The judgment adds to Trump's legal woes and offers vindication to Carroll, whose allegations had been mocked and dismissed by Trump for years. She nodded as the verdict was announced in a New York City federal courtroom only 3 hours after deliberations had begun, then hugged supporters and smiled through tears as the courtroom cleared. Carroll could be heard laughing and crying. Jurors also found Trump liable for defaming Carroll over her allegations. Trump did not attend the civil trial and was absent when the verdict was read. United States Representative George Santos, infamous for fabricating his life story, pleaded not guilty Wednesday to charges he duped donors, stole from his campaign, and lied to Congress about being a millionaire, all while cheating to collect unemployment benefits he didn't deserve. Afterward, he said he wouldn't drop his re-election bid and defied calls to resign. Santos' 13-count federal indictment was a reckoning for a web of fraud and deceit that prosecutors say overlapped with the New York Republican's fantastical public image as a wealthy businessman, a fictional biography that began to unravel after he won election last fall. Santos, 34, was released on $500,000 bond following his arraignment, about 5 hours after turning himself in to face charges of wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and making false statements to Congress. He surrendered his passport and could face up to 20 years in prison if convicted. This is the beginning of the ability for me to address and defend myself, a cheerfully combative Santos told reporters swarming him outside a Long Island federal courthouse. He said he's been cooperating with the investigation and vowed to fight the prosecution, which he labeled a witch hunt. His lawyer, Joseph Murray, was more circumspect, saying, "Anytime the federal government comes after you, it's a serious case. We have to take this serious." Santos said he planned to return to Washington, where the indictment is amplifying doubts about the freshman's ability to serve. House Republican leaders are taking a wait-and-see approach, saying Santos is innocent until proven guilty. Others are reiterating previous calls for Santos to step aside. Rapper Pras from rap group Fugees, accused in multi-million-dollar political conspiracy spanning 2 presidencies, was convicted after a trial that included testimony ranging from actor Leonardo DiCaprio to former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Pras Michel was accused of funneling money from a now fugitive Malaysian financier through straw donors to Barack Obama's 2012 re-election campaign, then trying to squelch a Justice Department investigation and influence an extradition case on behalf of China under the Trump administration. A jury in Washington, D.C. federal court found him guilty of all 10 counts, including conspiracy and acting as an unregistered agent of a foreign government. The defense argued the Grammy-winning rapper from the 1990s hip-hop group The Fugees simply wanted to make money and got bad legal advice as he reinvented himself in the world of politics. According to CNN, the 50-year-old is facing up to 20 years in prison. Earlier this month, a 13-year-old boy opened fire on his classmates at a school in the Serbian capital, Belgrade, rocking the Balkan country. The shooting left at least 8 children dead, along with a security guard. While Serbia is awash with guns, mass shootings like these are rare. The horrific event unfolded early in the school day in an upscale area of the Serbian capital. After arriving at school, the suspect immediately pulled a pistol out of his bag and shot the school security guard. He then went to the on-duty staff member and sat down at his desk like he did nothing wrong. There was one girl at her desk, another at the piano. He took their lives. The suspect then walked towards a history classroom, shooting as he moved down the corridor before entering the room and shooting the teacher and his fellow students from the doorway. He left the classroom and went out into the schoolyard, releasing the magazine from the weapon, throwing it down the steps. The suspect called the police himself and waited until he was arrested in the yard, officials said. 7 girls and 1 boy were killed. A further 6 children and 1 teacher have been hospitalized. The boy was a student at the school. The boy had 2 guns in his possession, as well as 4 Molotov cocktails. His parents had several pieces of weapon and kept them locked up. The safe had a code. The boy had the code and managed to get hold of the 2 guns and 3 frames full of 15 bullets each. The alleged shooter was filmed being taken from the school in handcuffs with a jacket over his head and wearing blue skinny jeans. The prosecutor's office said that the boy's blood was taken for toxicological analysis to determine whether he was under the influence of alcohol, narcotics, or other psychoactive substances at the time of the shooting. The suspect's parents were arrested. It was known that the father had previously gone to a shooting range with his son. Serbian President Alexander Vučić said the suspect did not show remorse for the shooting. The suspect will not be held criminally responsible as he has not reached the age of 14, the higher public prosecutor's office in Belgrade said in a statement. The prosecutor's office said this aligns with Serbian law. Serbia, a southern European country of nearly 7 million people, has more than 2,700,000 guns in private ownership, a huge ratio that is a legacy of years of conflict in the 1990s. Only 44% of those guns are officially registered, according to a 2018 analysis in the Small Arms Survey. This means there are 39 guns for every 100 Serbians. The data project at the Geneva Graduate Institute found it is the highest level of civilian gun ownership in Europe and the 5th highest in the world. More than 1.5 million guns that people in Serbia own are unregistered, data shows. And yet shootings of this kind are comparatively rare, due in large part to the country's strict gun laws and amnesties for owners who hand in or register illegal firearms. Gunmen opened fire at an outlet mall in Allen, Texas, killing 8 people and wounding 7 others. Texas driver who hit a group of asylum seekers is charged with manslaughter. 8 people were killed when a driver plowed an SUV into a bus stop across from a migrant center in Brownsville, Texas. Police say They're still trying to determine if the driver intended to plow into the group of migrants at the bus stop. Peloton has recalled 2.2 million exercise bikes over safety hazard. Peloton has already received 35 reports of the seat post breaking and detaching from the bike during use, causing injuries. Consumers should immediately stop using the recalled exercise bikes and contact Peloton for a free repair. Peloton is offering consumers a free seat post that can be self-installed. Jay-Z, through his company, Roc Nation, placed an open letter in New York newspapers detailing why his company's partnership with Caesar's Palace should be selected to open a casino in Times Square. Beyoncé kicked off her Renaissance World Tour in Stockholm, Sweden on May 10th. If this content is beneficial to you, like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, and hit the notification bell. When you like our content, it helps people find our content. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you.